Did you guys know that there's a Joker movie coming out before the end of the year? I know, and Rolling Stone's right on top of it. It's the People's Joker is here, it's queer, and it's the only viable path forward for superhero movies. What? No, there was a oh no, this is the only way. Okay, it's gonna be through the Joker, and it's a transgender take on Batman's villainy. Mythology isn't just brutally hilarious, it's relentlessly inventive and profoundly moving. Oh my god. We were supposed to get our first trans Joker 35 years ago? What? 1989, DC Comics published Arkham Asylum, a serious house on a serious Earth. Narrative exploration of Batman's psychological problems as well as those of his foes. It's scribe and up-and-coming Scott by the name of Grant Morrison. Morrison, who would later come out as non-binary, cross-dressing, genderqueer. That makes sense. Wanted to show the clown prince of crime in women's clothing. All our women's dresses. Joker was to have been dressed in a conical bra worn by Madonna for her Open Your Heart video. Morrison wrote in the non-fiction book Super Gods. Oh my god. I've heard the name Grant Morrison before. It's pretty cringe, okay. But the way that this is getting covered I know exactly why that's happening right now, because guess what? The media has a narrative to push. Are they all that successful? I mean, they were out there trying to push the American Society of Magical Negroes, and it was pulled from theaters after 3 weeks. It made $2.4 million in 3 weeks. That's impressively bad. The media still thinks that we're living in a 2016 to 2020 society where they still have some pull. This film would have been put out during Trump's America, it would have got the Black Panther treatment. Okay, you would have been told you are racist if you do not support this film. And now that everybody's tired of this nonsense, now that everybody is seeing through the lies and the nonsense, they treat all of this ideology with the type of not hate, because you don't make $2.4 million in 1,000+ theaters across the nation in 3 weeks if there's hate. No, with a level of indifference. That's why all of these outlets are closing up shop, getting sold off for diminishing returns, being sold at a loss for a tax break. That's why you continue to see this stuff, because the opposite of love isn't hate, it's apathy. But to put out this stupid coverage of this who gives a shit project, the People's Joker, and then to title it like that after an announcement and a legitimate version of the Joker, which was a smash hit, despite what the media was trying to do. Remember in 2019 when Joker, Todd Phillips's $50 million that he turned into over $1 billion at the box office. Remember, that was supposed to incite violence. They wanted to drudge up all the stuff that happened during The Dark Knight Rises. This is a movie for incels. It's going to inspire violence everywhere. But the only violence ended up happening in 2019 during Frozen 2. So you're right, it is certain communities. It's just the more U-Haul flannel-plated variety, swinging machetes around. But you could already see cracks in the media's armor from the fact that they wanted to go ahead and disparage the Joker. Then when everybody was like, nah, that's actually pretty damn good. And Joaquin Phoenix at least brought as good, perhaps even a better performance of the Joker than Heath Ledger did. You, of course, had the people that were out there that were just, gonna dunk on it regardless, but it was a hit, an undeniable hit. But then when it was announced that, there was gonna be a sequel, it's like, the film really doesn't need a sequel. And then it was announced that, Lady Gaga is gonna be in it. Oh, God. And, then the budget, Jesus, it's over $200 million. And it's gonna be a musical. What the hell is going on? And then the trailer dropped on the 9th of April, and I'd play it, but Warner Brothers strikes down stuff, copyright claims, because there's music playing in it as well, and I'll link out to it. It's really good. By the way, okay? Think this movie's gonna be fantastic, alright? Joker 2 trailer, Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix unleash bad romance. Oh my, why did you have to make a pun? In thrilling first footage. Yeah, that is, actually. And now, after we hear a couple of other things, the fact that, it's going to be a musical, which roll your eyes. But then also, if you watched the original, you would also know that music played a not insignificant portion into the story of Arthur Fleck, knowing that when he started to really feel free, start to feel like his truest self, well, what would he end up doing? He would start dancing. He would start moving rhythmically, which is what dancing is. But yeah, it would only make sense as he starts to embrace his Joker persona, and he would have somebody else also amplify those feelings. It would kind of make sense that it would be a musical. That's why everybody was, when he started to hear this stuff, it's like, oh, that's not great, but Todd Phillips did do a banger the first time around, and yeah, okay, as long the crew's back from the first one, probably, I don't like what I hear, but it still could be good. And most of those reservations have been well deserved from a bunch of other things that Hollywood has done, but then also the ability to think critically has also been rewarded on this one. Because like I said, that trailer's damn good. The Clown Prince of Crime, and yes, it was confirmed, Lady Gaga is Harley Quinn. There was a couple of big, I can probably play a couple of screens, because as you can see, that set doesn't look too dissimilar to the one that was redecorated with the brain matter of Robert De Niro, okay, where you got Joker and Harley and bright lights, and there's a lot of other allusions to what's being played out in his head, what's not. Running through the streets, a couple of different scenes on stage. Yeah, he's also in prison. There's a bunch of stuff that's going on there. It's very intriguing. That's the message of the first trailer. Oh, I'm sorry. The Clown Prince of Crime and Harley Quinn. I want you to know what the world needs now is love. That's the message of the first trailer of Joker, Folie, Deux, which sees Joaquin Phoenix reprise his Oscar-winning role as Arthur Fleck, who later becomes Batman's notorious foe. You don't say, and conspires with Lady Gaga as the equally twisted Harley Quinn. Dark and gritty footage begins in the famed Arkham Asylum, where the Joker is locked up at the end of the first film, as Arthur Fleck has a deranged meet-cute with another inmate. As you guessed, Gaga's Harley Quinn is not explicitly said, but it is heavily alluded to. After the chance encounter in the halls of the prison, they fall madly, deeply in love with the plan to break out of their straitjackets and take on the world beyond their padded cells. It becomes them to the streets of Gotham City, where they manically dance and twirl around the city. But how much of that is actually playing out in their minds as opposed to in the city itself? That's all going to be a big question over the top of this. I'm nobody. I haven't done anything with my life like you have, Harley Quinn, dressed down in sweats, prison garb or insane asylum garb, tells Joker as she makes a finger gun gesture and mimes shooting herself in the head. There she is right there. There's the picture where, I'm not gonna lie, that's not the least attractive I've ever seen Lady Gaga, and frankly, it's on the higher end. I don't know. Boy's got a thing for crazy eyes. Anyways, so yes, the first film that served as a moody origin story for the Joker, who is portrayed in the cinematic universe as reclusive, struggling stand-up comedian and part-time clown. Cinematic universe, it's not really connected to anything else, and given James Gunn's uncommittal stance on it, it's DC, so it's an Elseworld. Okay, it's an Elseworld, because there is no Batman setup at this point in time, and you can kind of square this circle to make it seem like Arthur Fleck would eventually be of the right age to potentially square off against a Robert Pattinson Batman. It's just, those are threads that haven't been made yet. Okay, in the sequel, he takes his act to the road and performs on all kinds of stages with Harley Quinn as his demented muse, and as she's wearing the signature makeup, smeared lipstick, and all. Yeah, walking into a courthouse. There's a bunch of different stuff going on. At this time, though, Arthur Fleck doesn't seem so lonely. I'll tell you what's changed, Joker said in the trailer. I'm not alone anymore. And that's what we should be talking about. Trailer ends with Harley at Arkham Asylum as she draws a happy face with red lipstick on the glass partition between her and Joker. I want to see the real you. And that was the picture, that was the screen that I had at the beginning when I showed you the trailer, and yeah, that's a damn good shot at the end there, okay? Director Todd Phillips debuted the footage at CinemaCon, the annual convention for movie theater owners. Although the original Joker in 2019 was billed as a one-off, Phillips said he and Phoenix always talked about making a sequel. We love the character of Arthur too much, and we didn't want to jinx the original movie. We cast Gaga because she's magic. Yeah, here's the thing, man. Lady Gaga is kind of a nutcase. She's also immensely talented, so if you can go ahead and separate the art from the artist, you got yourself a damn fine Harley Quinn. This is going to be the first time outside of the animated original that Harley Quinn actually gets done right. It's kind of crazy to think about that they could actually pull off a sequel to a film that really had high hopes for it in the first place. But yeah, man, I'm going to be following this one closely, and it's got me so interested. I'd be hard-pressed not to go see this. But yeah, the more that we know, the more that we see about this before October 4th, I'm going to be covering it because, especially when it comes to entertainment, good entertainment, anticipated entertainment, we got House of the Dragon coming out in June, and then Joker, the Folie, Deux. Gonna be a pretty lean year, but gonna be eating pretty good at least 2 more times this year. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.